away we go. Kicking things off here, it will be Team Spirit on the T side. On the CT side, Team Vitality have gone 5 sets of Kevlar, set up in a very defensive stance as RPK, but up close is ZywOo towards the balcony, ready to play spoiler. They're setting up an A set piece here. And the big man and the big star are going to have to deal with action off the bat. Smoke comes over, and here we go.
Yeah, we're going to see initial peppering. He will opt for a fresh clip. They've got a lot of space to maneuver here, so first blood yet to be drawn, but it does look like they're coming in thick and fast. 3 quick frags in favor of Spirit to open up the bomb. And Masuuta's dank flank does arrive, but it's a little too late. Maybe Apex can find a way back in. Disbalance seems to disagree. A shake of his head and a pop of choppers into the site now. Masuuta, armored USP, and he's got a good inkling as to Magix's location. Mir likely to double swing on contact, and that's the end of that. Okay, so Spirit off to the races with a nice A hit, and I will remind you just as we get into this that it seems that Vitality will be exploited here by Team Spirit as we continue to watch it unfold.
And this is why. So this force buy that we see coming in off the bat, they enjoy a good old force buy, and if they're unable to convert and keep these competitive, I see it starting to spiral, because Mirage is a map where I believe you need a decent chunk of utility to play map control on that CT side. Molotovs to deal with the A rushes if you want it. Ooh, okay. Hold up a second, we'll get to that in a moment as ZywOo will take down SDY with the nade and the combo with Apex on the scout. I mentioned it with the interview. Mir on the trade, so things will taper out to a 4v4, but some of these plays that you're seeing aggressively right now over to apartments from Vitality can come back to bite them. They're good at finding the info, they're good at taking it, they're space invaders.
There used to be some super bargain bucket crisps you could get from your local corner shop in England called Space Invaders or Space Raiders.
Space Raiders?
And they were just like corn alien faces, and they cost like 20p.
All right.
Absolute favorite of mine. Let me know if I'm not making that up. I don't know if there's many.
Someone at home?
Any 28-year-olds or whatever. 27-year-olds.
27, you're not 28.
Not yet.
Next year.
Next year. Now, the fact that they've got 78Ks in that early casualty has really slowed down Team Spirit. They certainly don't want to be falling foul to the force buy. They certainly confirmed that the scout's in play, so they will be taking a cautious approach here. Arm's length, of course, the distance favors them, but as the time goes down, that will become less and less favorable. He's flashing them up short. Masuuta, Apex with a scout, and Masuuta in that close corner. If we could get a couple of scout tags, there's one, and a dunk as well proposed. He does tag another. Apex has done fantastic. Maybe Masuuta can line up a couple here. He's gone for 2, multiple targets going down. Disbalance hunted. They're playing this one fantastically, and RPK confirms. So that will be Vitality's force buy working. And of course, as we highlighted before, it's a risk, Chad. It's a colossal risk. This time it's paid off.
Yeah, and going through mid on an anti-eco from Team Spirit, once you know that the guns are in play, it has to change your attack here. So they did take this early damage. SDY going down basically for free. And then it was just a slow saunter onto the B bomb site. The Mirage, for me, at least personally, is one of the hardest ones to play from an anti-eco perspective on the T side. I really just struggled to find a good solution, especially if you get pushed away from middle and have to deal with scouts like they did in that scenario right there. But Spirit, they will be force buying back, and they have some Deagles, Scout, Tech 9 of their own. Not as much utility to work with as they would probably want, but Chopper will have a flash. And I just want to make mention, the other day I did say STY in-game leader. It's Chopper doing the in-game leadership. So quite the interesting mix here. Disbalance last time these guys played in Season 11 was the topper of the charts for his squad when they picked up the victory.
I find him so intriguing. I do, the Disbalance player, just because, you know, I've seen the highest highs and the lowest lows from one player. Little volatility, nice from Chopper, though. Straight into ZywOo's head to keep them under wraps. This is where things can get awkward. Losing Apex, now suddenly this round does become up for question. They have the number advantage, they've lost connector control, there's only 3 of them. Filling that gaps will involve utility, and there goes one of them that will achieve almost nothing. You can see Mir can play around that. In fact, if anything, he's safer from short now. Shock's even less capable of contributing to this pincer into A.
40 seconds left, having to make footsteps now. They're coming out of halls. Oh, RPK's just shied away with the timing there, so setting up for what will be a retake. Oh, does he want to play spoiler? Bomb getting planted in front of the triple box. Not going to spam, not going to get a chance to take down a duel there, and Shocks will find one in the fray, but gets traded out. Ooh. There it is from RPK, 2 on 2.
Okay, that is looking a little more scary. Magic's to try and go round towards that ramp. Mir was all the way in middle, but he's opting to rotate. Great shot. Needed that. And it makes it all the more difficult for Masuta. A fantastic series to open up his time here at Pro League, but it's looking a little lost. Does upgrade to the AK, does have an incendiary. That will buy a lot of time. No kit, in fact, he has one. He could try and draw out the fire. Magic's burning to confirm it is a fake, and now running out of time. Poor Masuta, not long for this world. So convinced it's Mir going around the world, but the other way around. They've flipped it and reversed it.
It's like a skateboard trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was in middle, in connect. Normally you run ramp and go middle. He's gone middle, gone ramp.
Opposite round the world. Oh, MC's back at his tricks there. You see that there was a rain highlight yesterday.
I saw that one. That's so sick.
That's pretty cool stuff.
I'm so glad it actually has some use. And as you can see, Zywoo actually has a very unique approach. He likes to garden outside, or rather play outside in the garden.
Yes.
So the exterior wall.
One with nature.
Exactly. It's about channeling his chakras and ensuring positive vibrations.
Well, the force buy, guess what? It's back. Who would have thunk it?
No way! They're just walking out Palace, Chad. They're just walking out.
They love a good limp, these guys from Spirit. They'll be in your face from wherever you won't expect it the most. The damage is being done all across the map again. It has to be Mir to come in big here.
Yeah, Apex burning. This is problematic. They still have a fully geared up Shox, and a double molly smoke connect to that bomb will go down courtesy of Disbalance. He's low as well. If he finds Apex, he's got a real shot, but bomb needs to be planted, and it could be contested with a wall bang. He's actually just hunting it, trying to take some space away. I love it. This is going to really cause the fight to get awkward. Oh. He takes down Mir right in front of him. Disbalance doesn't have the health to compete, and Masuta confirms it. So the force buy pays off, Chad. We are watching Vitality win the war of attrition.
Well, they need to string another one together here if they want to start being able to stretch their legs. And these plants coming in from Spirit mean they can continue to stay deadly on the buys as well if they wish. So as there's only one player remaining from the side of things for Vitality, I would assume that Spirit are more than happy to buy up and go again. This is just lovely, ferocious counter to kick things off today. Hasn't necessarily been the crazy clutch moments, but they are close scenarios. Yeah. And, well, we want a close series. We had some great games yesterday. Some absolute bangers of moments. And they'll concede. So Spirit, they've had enough. They don't want to be playing none of those reindeer games.
I was about to say the same thing.
We don't spend any time together, ladies and gentlemen.
Not at all. Now then, with only Glocks, and I say that with bated breath, 2 whole P250s, and they are charging into Shox's domain, so there's a quick $1,200 added to his bank account he'll be happy to collect.
Did you order that morph suit?
Oh, thank you. I knew there was something
I can do
else.
It now.
Are you doing a whole order?
Well, I just ordered us the supplement stuff
I'll just
for our
shoot
brains.
you the other bibblies. Okay, yeah, green morph suit, 2.
Shox is going for an ace, and we're talking about green morph suits. Come on, Shox. Can you think about what we're doing for a second, mate?
To be fair, though, I knew Apex was going to get that.
Okay.
So I was like, totally 4 kills on an eco. That's morph suit territory.
That's not headed up.
If it was an ace, I'd have been out of a job.
That's true.
Yeah. 4 kills there in the center of your screen. Wow, what an impact player.
He really wrecked those Glocks, didn't he?
He did. He destroyed them.
Got him.
To be fair, though, 2,400 extra schmigglies into the bank account is always nice.
Someone should do like a dictionary of the words that we make up.
Well, you can't say money for the rest of the whole time you work this job. Otherwise, you get very bored. Shox keeping it interesting, as is RPK. Walking in, demanding respect and denying 2 members of this Team Spirit B split. They will start to scavenge or scurry their way back towards the T spawn, dropping the bomb. Disbalance heading to the Palace to join Magic. That is the duel he was looking for. Zywoo quick to get the info for free, though, and now Maze landing on his nose. Down. Very nasty damage inflicted, down to 41.
Hard round to get.
Yeah, how do you dig yourself out of this?
Well, Disbalance needs to find an opening, and there is a chance onto Apex, who just moves over towards spawn. He is jump peeking. If he hits a nice shot, the door towards A can be opened. The flick of the wrist comes in. The damage will be done, and Apex, he's going to send out a HE. No real damage, but the rotation's coming in from Vitality now. Yeah,
it does kind of now hinge on Mir, who's trying to make space on Sandwich. This boost is going to be real nice. Putting Zywoo up as well, the turret, ready to deny any sort of funny business with that plant. And I like that they're not going over peaky. Magic spotted and executed. That's really, really smooth way to ensure the round goes their way. A boost of their own design, though. And oh, that's a shame. RPK gets given enough info. The molly will force the fight, though, I imagine. Burnt back into the safety of the corner, swings in, nice little dink. Poor Mir, not necessarily out of it yet. They are using every second they have available to them, unfortunately. Oh, how is he doing this? Mir, it's only Apex, and he's got 13 HP. The tag from Disbalance earlier, he takes them both down on jungle. 18 seconds, it gets so damn difficult now, because the unknown is Apex. Hasn't opted for the sound cue. What can you do here, Mir? A fake and a fight? Spots him. Oh, and it's Apex to catch the timing. Very, very nice attempt from Mir, turning it around. I think 3 of, if not 2 of those kills were on 10 HP.
Yeah, that was good stuff. And Vitality made that awkward and kept Team Spirit really glancing over towards CT spawn by rotating all of their individuals besides Apex deep into spawn and then through the jungle position. That's where these kills were coming on through, but it was misdirection, right? They were trying to make it so that Spirit was so glued and focused elsewhere. Apex still having to finish it off in a close way, but around nonetheless, as the Eco will be coming back out for Spirit this time round. We'll have some sidearms, some deadly deagles. Does anyone have the cool new deagle? Check them out for us, Rush.
You can't keep just boycotting every other deagle than the fancy skin you got.
Yeah, but it is a nice one.
It is a nice one. Probably the nicest one. But I don't know. I like what Magix has done. Bit of a hipster. You can see he's gone for the
stickers onto the
default with
one.
stickers.
Yeah, I did a couple of those with my sticker. I was like, yeah, it's the sponge USP. That's all it is.
That's all it has to be.
Such an ugly signature. When they were doing it, because I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to be a part of the first signature stickers.
I remember that. All the players running around with Sharpies.
Yeah, and the cool thing, well, what we thought was, oh, there's no way they're just going to like take what we wrote on a piece of paper and put that in the game. Like they're going to make it look nice and stuff, right? Right?
Right.
Nah.
Nah.
Mine looks like, honestly, a 3-year-old.
S-P-U-N-J.
Yay!
Yeah, and then you submitted it, and it's in the game forever.
Anyway.
Whoa, Jesus, he was like a rocket ship into middle. That was a speedy run boost. Does sound like a knockoff Disney character.
Speedy run boost.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. About to get underway with the guns once again for
What's the score in German, Chad?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 und
2.
Dankeschön. We're learning a little more every day. Zaiwu making the sound cue and flirting with the idea of supporting from short. Little nade into the disbalances domain, down to 68. So that does soften him up for the majority of the rifles now in play for Vitality. That's M4A4. Masuta jumping for info. It's easy to exploit for some Die Young, but he fires off his warning shot, and now it's an exchange of bottle of flame.
Very default stuff here early. Utility holding back Vitality across the map. Team Spirit trying to grab whatever space they can. And it hasn't actually been a huge amount, but a speculative spam from Apex, doing a bit of damage onto eye disbalance.
Interesting that he's just been holding this angle. Like, they take mid control, and then they hope that enough action transpires that Zaiwu has to support from ticket booth.
They don't have any space, and there's 45 seconds left on the clock. Sure, Mia can get into the window now. It's not going to do a lot. Apex is still watching it. Zaiwu over towards the ticket booth. They still have RPK on the site. He's not being pushed or pestered whatsoever.
That's the start.
That's a good opening, but 30 seconds left. The bomb over towards B-Apps. Now going back towards T-Spawn. Where's the finish? Has to be A.
Yeah, this is a real chaotic mid-round calling. RPK and Zaiwu, they won't have to work hard to destabilize this one. 19 seconds. Coming towards the choke point, still util. The flash timing looks pretty solid. There's another as well. 10 seconds. The bomb's at ramp. This has surely not going to work. 5, 4. He is going to be allowed to get it down. Disbalance keeps him safe. They have turned it around. Disbalance on the potential vulnerability here. He is exposed to this flank, and Masuta does opt to take that frag, not playing around with any extra trigger discipline. And they're all playing that after plant jungle side. A smoke would have been ideal. Not to be seen. Masuta looking pinpoint today. He has spotted another on his cross in. Eliminates it down to a 2v2. Fake for the info. Some Die Young to swing. Needs the adjustment and finds it from shots. And they've done it. Masuta. That is a phenomenal turnaround. A 4 versus 2, but the rookie steps up on a dank flank.
Yeah, that was big stuff right there. Around the Team Spirit, I felt didn't have any chance of being in. Last second plant. Round gets flipped on its head. A couple of desperate attempts from Vitality to stop the plant. And then, well, from the back lines, easy as you like. Find some big kills. They stay poised. It didn't feel like they were rushed whatsoever. And Vitality with a big round on the board here. So that plant should see another buy coming through on the side of things for Spirit. They have enough, but they don't have enough to get I Disbalance his AWP. They could easily buy into just the AK-47s and go for a set piece here. There we go. He is opting into the AK. So it will be the buy. I was a little bit curious seeing them go for a timeout, but maybe just wanting to decide which execute or which attack they want to be following into round number 9 with. Apex at the top, 139 points of ADR.
How good's your memory, Chad? Can you remember when we looked at Disbalance's 2020 AWP and AK stats?
Yeah, it was like 60% with AWP.
60, thank you.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that. So I Disbalance on the rifle. The AK, I think, is his second highest in terms of frags. But he's a ride or die AWPer, so him not having it can be a bit of a problem.
Let's have a looky-loo. Yeah, given the responsibility of mid or chopper going to be maneuvering to assist him through the underpass, but it does seem like this is the set piece you spoke of, Chad, or at least to a certain extent. They can cover the backs. Everyone's got their flight paths and responsibilities. As the window smoke arrives, Chopper deploys his towards connector. This seems very bread and butter. Maybe a sprinkling of salt for a bit extra flavor.
No aioli on this one.
No, thank you. Oh, that flash did nothing. Shox can hold the line. Should not get overwhelmed. A missed shot, a wide spread from the tees. He just puts the bullet between them and they call save immediately. Look at that.
They have enough money to hang around. At least Shox in the bank balance Zywoo as well, but making sure that this is the long game, the percentage Counter-Strike we talk about coming in very, very early here, round number 9 to be exact, as Team Spirit will plant the bomb for free, and you can see the flash here just getting caught in the corner of the couch. You know, you lose remotes in there.
Is that actually why he did nothing?
I would say so.
It did look like it made no sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know,
this game.
Yeah, I know you drop your phone down there from time to time.
Anything.
Keys.
Yeah.
There's money. Did you
hotel room keys? Like the fact that it's not even like, it doesn't jingle. Like half of I realize now that I'm obviously like a child.
Okay.
But like, it's easier to find my keys because of the sound. I just slap my jackets and my trousers on the
your
floor,
actual keys. Yeah, yeah.
And then I can find my keys. Whereas that little pesky key card, it's just so inaudible.
I have 3 on the go at the moment. How many are you rocking?
I actually handed in a stock.
How many did you have?
I handed them back like 5. I had a whole week, Chad, where I just kept
forgetting the car.
Walking out the door. And as it closes, you know that moment where you're like, no, no, no. And I just know I'm either doing it now or I'm doing it when I get home from work and I'm all salty.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. They're good that way.
Shox has got like a proper adult house.
Yeah. Well, he's married and
he's an adult. Yeah, I know, but let me be surprised a little bit. Okay. He's got like a cross trainer, framed photographs. He's like a proper... He's living a real life.
Oh, yeah. It must be nice to have framed photographs. I might get there eventually. Double AWPs on the CT side of Vitality here, though. That's the closest thing to framed photographs we have in Counter-Strike.
Me and Cheddar just got photos of different CS maps and strategies.
I just have all of our passport photos from visa applications in a frame with like you, me, and Henry. Yeah. Anyway, our sad existence.
I like the double AWP, Chad.
Yes, now it is good. And one of the notes I think I will be making here and putting in my notepad is that old boy Masuta is over towards the B bomb site and RPK switched over towards A. I think that is a change from the last time that we had the opportunity of seeing them firsthand. As we're zooming on in a very, very slow approach once again. Shox will not be as far forward as in the previous, so won't get overwhelmed in the same way. Same deal. Smoke towards connector. Mid control. Nice and slow. No rush. Not taking any risks. Not getting the flary Vitality in their face, but okay. The radar shows that there's a smoke there.
Oh, that's twice. Twice B sites left open as Shox is bested. Magic's just with the drive-by. They haven't dropped. And you can see Masuta's timing. He peeks on Apex's contact. Disbalanced as well to clear the duel. And some Die Young's hitting headies. These guys are plucky gamers and now all onto Disbalanced to clutch. Half health, advantage Zywoo and an AWP in his hand as well. He was new to be cautious about that. I wonder if he turned just for the back model to bait. But now, bomb retrieved. Zywoo, is he going to flirt with some moves here? Yes, of course he is. Now, Zywoo peeks in. He's upgraded to the AK. That's clean enough to grab himself an AWP and head on back to the site for his victorious defuse.
Now, he had an opening there, Alex, and once the defuse does come on in, we're going to... Well, actually, before that, we're going to jump into... So check this out. Where's the connector smoke? Where's the connector smoke meant to land, everybody? Here, we all know that. We all know that. Well, look where it did land. Look at this bad boy. Now, watch what happens next. Zywoo on top, picking an angle you'll never see, and gets a freebie onto Chopper. So that's how things kicked on off. Just a little bit of a mistake there from the side of things of Spirit. Not the end of the world. They still got it down to a 1v1 scenario, get the bomb down. I Disbalance can buy his AWP. There's all those positive goodies right here, but what the round could have been if that didn't happen, a potential win, a potential number 4 on the board.
Yeah, Zai would have been locked out significantly earlier, but great damage done and a clutch coming in from one of the kings of Counter-Strike, the newest crowned. Oh, wow. Missed shot, but plenty of mid-presence, and Zaiwu's not going to make the same mistake again. Pulls the trigger, Disbalance gone just over the edge of the smoke. Masuta added to another kill to the tally, so already limping around the site. Spirit, very few options available to them. Mir's taking matters into his own hands, and I would never write him out after the things he did last time, chat.
Yeah.
Pistols and rifles, quite the clutch master.
We need to see one of those now to get things activated, as Magix is trying his own luck. Sees Zaiwu running away, finds RPK on the site, takes him down.
Oh, he flubbed the movement. I thought Zaiwu was just closing the gap on jungle, but he's opted for CT. So everything's cool. Mir finds Apex, and just like that, a 3v5 becomes an equilibrium. Flash avoided. Zaiwu quick to the draw, and Sumtai Young just walks straight into his crosshairs. A good read of this game. Bomb loose as well. Rotate coming in, but Magix has cut them off at the rotate. Floating around window enables him to best Shox on the rotate again. Doesn't matter where Shox goes, Magix seems to have his number at the moment.
So there's still 41 seconds left, and these have just felt like all 1v1 duels across the map here. That's a great nade. It's a little bit deep, but Mir finds one from the ramp position. That puts all the pressure on Masuda. He goes down to Magix, and there we go. They've finally broken the side of Vitality here. Check out the money.
3v5, Chad.
Yeah, well...
3v5 that looked like they should, I mean, it should have been so difficult, so many duels given. I suppose it is. I have to change my expectations when I'm watching Vitality, because in the same way that they find their wins, they find their losses. It is through taking those fights, and yet when they're lost, you've given an avenue back in.
And nobody wants to be doing that. Zaiwu, though, looking for an avenue back out, has invested into the AWP, needs to go huge here. So the star player, the best player in 2019, needs to find a frag or two, and well, he's in the right area of the map just to do exactly that. They're just so slow, Spirit. I wasn't expecting this type of an approach. The one that I remember, the Spirit that I had in the back of my mind of previous...
But this could work so well, right? Because they're going to say B-App's clear. Then they're going to be so damn mad if they go down to Magix, who was just waiting.
Okay.
Oh, caught out.
Bombs down.
Yeah, bombs delivered to their front doorstep. Shox even getting an AK for his troubles. He will be forced into the fight by the Flames, but opting to tuck in. So we're actually catching a bullet through the corner there. Oh, Balance does well to take that fight. Catches one of his own, though. Now, goodness me, this is a nasty situation to find yourself in.
Great flash over the top to peek on from Shox. That's the teamwork you want to see. Disbalance was doing the flashbang dance every day of the week, and now it's just Chopper to claw them out of a 1-on-3 hole. Yeah,
look how many weapons are there as well. It'd be crazy to see RPK buying a weapon next round, considering what's available to him. And they've confirmed his location. They could triple peek. Looks like Chopper wants to try and bring that AWP into the fray, hoping and praying he can make them a little less attainable. Process of elimination. Oh, jiggles the shot. Double peeked, and that's the end of that. Will RPK get a weapon? He will.
Lovely, lovely. That's a freebie round right there off of Zaiwu with the AWP, but they didn't even find the opening kills of him. It was 2 Deagle frags. It was Shox and Masuda opening things up, but I've just gone back through my lovely tools that I have here just to check on the last game that we saw from Vitality on this map, and you were right, it was that NIP game. And it was definitely RPK holding over to the B bomb site and Masuda holding over towards A. So my memory is working. That's good to know. So there's a CT setup change right here for Vitality.
In the B-apps.
Yeah, and I guess I think RPK as a tank, as a turret, as we label him, sitting in one position and getting multi-kills, A can be good for that as long as he stays dedicated to one position, right? If they're coming out of like apps and he has to focus on that as well as connector splits and all of those other areas, it might get a little bit harder. But when you think about him playing a position on Nuke, like top side, when they're coming out, he's great at those multi-kills. So if he can do the same thing over towards his A site of Mirage, that'll be great stuff right there. I think B, because it looks like they're running the double AWP setup a little bit more, so they're actually using the rifler of Masuta over towards Catwalk on those occasions.
Makes a lot of sense. Good to see one of the more consistent fraggers of Vitality. Not only had a resurgence, but repositioned now as well towards the A site, often going to be a heavy test especially against a coordinated team such as Spirit. But as you said, yeah, different pace, different look. This one, it will be a little more from the playbook. You can see them. Actually, are they walking through their own connector smoke, or they'll just rat it? Oh, this could be a lot of fun. Watch this from Apex's point of view. They will see him first. But not if he just sprays into the smoke wildly. He takes down Mir. He won't anticipate a second. He does gobble up that flashbang for a light snack. Shock's fighting in the flames, and already some Young swinging in from connector. It's not worked out. RPK does best him. And Magic's late arrival. Oh my goodness, what happened to Chopper through the Molotovs? I think he got burnt down to 1. In the meantime, Magic's does do it, but this is essentially a 1v5. The flash forces the AWP off the line. He's dropped down. He's doing everything he possibly can here, Chad, but goodness me, I don't see a single way out. Maybe Masuta is on the chopping block, but he handles that with ease.
1 HP, 1v4. I've seen some things before. I'm not sure if this is it. It's a good start.
Yeah, but that's going to hurt. Double peeking from 2 different elevations is a nasty one to deal with when you've got the lowest health you could possibly have. This was Apex just completely solving the mystery. You can see their intentions, or maybe you can explain it better than I.
Well, the idea with that smoke right there is as it fades, they will have the advantage based on the mechanic in the game of Counter-Strike at the moment. So the 2 individuals would puff out of the smoke. They get a chance to clear that connector and see any CTs in front of them first, if they're looking in the right direction. And that would give them an opening, a surprise, as it were. But the surprise went the other way. And actually that going down, that spam frag coming through, accelerated the attack, which would have made it more janky, which made it out of place for Spirit. And as you see, they're down 9-4, their map choice. Things are looking great for Vitality here. I'm enjoying this role switch up. I want to see more from RPK on the A side, and we're about to see him get tested once again. And Execute coming over the top here. Smokes, flashes, and some upgraded pistols. What can the big man do?
See what his immediate response is. He looks at the smokes and actually knifes out.
See ya.
The CT.
Oh, they're going to boost over, but this could be a problem. Well, there's no flashes to come through, so the pistols will not push into jungle, but they're taking control of spawn. Look at them all. They're not even planning yet.
Triple plant now. Taking over CT. The retake could get pretty janky if you all come into a stack, if you're all peeking at the same time. They've changed their elevations, one anti-flash. There's a world where Spirit surprised them here.
Run boost!
Oh, the run boost is launched into the sky! The Team Spirit space program! Oh, nice work. They've actually managed to make this relatively competitive. There's a chance. Some Young is jiggling the shots. If you can find a clean one onto Apex, the babysitter, the defuse does come in though. It's 10. Vitality have sorted out this defense. It was 3 is all they could post against NIP. Now double digits on Mirage.
Yeah, that was an interesting one right there.
Let me see
the timing on this flash.
Whoa! Flying out from the heavens.
Oh dear. Imagine if there was only like 1 or 2 guys there and they were close wall and the run boost is over there. That would be mental.
And then suddenly they get like stabbed in the back. They have no idea why. There's so many ridiculous, capable plays and players. Now a boost for the AWP. We used to see this an awful lot. Does enable you to get a much clearer line of sight for anyone crossing early to support connector. However, it seems that CTs have gone for a different stance this time. Final round, first half. Some Young's managed to make some great progress here in the apartments, pursuing an opener. Uses the flash to have a glance and falls back. It's keeping Zywoo busy and occupied. In the meantime, just balances on a project all of his own design. He's not making any sound. Cautious.
It blows my mind that Vitality don't even really care about mid. There's been so many rounds where they've just been sat back defensively on the sides or pushed forward on the extremities, and they're just allowing them to take window. They can take connector. They'll fight them in the fray. They're not worried about establishing mid control, and I think that's because of Team Spirit's slow approach.
You can have it. You can't plant there. Oh, his vision's restored, and wow, that's quick from Disbalance. Left eye into Zywoo, catches him unawares. Could have been a glance at the minimap. Now, bomb still is in the top of middle, and we do only have 40 seconds left, so we are seeing exactly what you spoke of. It's tucked into the corner, avoids the flash. And Balance has gone too. That's spectacular. Hunting him down with a pistol. He had to hit that first bullet. But he's done his contributions. It's RPK's
Bomb's still down. There's 25 seconds.
You're right, Chad.
Get a move on.
And they've got Shocks in Palace. Like, he can stop that A plant any day of the week. Why does this feel like the CIS Classic? We got Na'Vi in the server. Zeus's ghost is shouting.
He's going
plant A.
10 seconds.
10. 10. Shock should just kill this planter. Okay, he's actually punching in the digits and Shox has missed the shots. Not again, not like this. Finally cleaned up by RPK. 11 for the French squad. But yeah, that's a messy one from Team Spirit.
There's fashionably late, and then there's fashionably late to your own map picks T-half. Team Spirit now, only 4 rounds, 10 for Vitality. This is the first half of Counter-Strike for day number 6 here at ESL Pro League Season 12. Come back after the break. Let's see what's going on.
Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me honey. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me honey. I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drumming around in your red Ford. Shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up, honey.
Back in business, the first of our 6th day, and Vitality really have turned it around. In contrast with their opening Mirage game against the Ninjas, a relocation of a CT player and already seeing great improvement, it seems. A good day in the office so far. It's 11-4 up against Team Spirit. Far from over though, myself and Sponge hanging out here in the studio in Cologne. And we're getting a little sneak peek into the various homes of your favorite players as we get ready to jump into the game. I'm sure that's what we'll be doing shortly because it is started and they are running towards B. 4 players. Let's get into game if we can. As they charge into the B site. It's okay, I'll just do the audio descriptive
version. I can see it from his screen.
I'm watching it on his screen. They're into the site now. Apex concentrating as Magix wants to contest, but it does look like they've got full access to the B site here visually. And there's first blood drawn. Apex the first.
Someone's planning.
He's not dead, don't lie.
He took his hand off the mouse.
Oh, well, he's top mid right now.
Okay, maybe he was chilling. Sorry.
Good.
We're in.
I thought I had it. I thought I knew what was going on.
He's dead. He's dead.
Now he is dead.
All right.
On the retake. 4 members closing in from 2 different angles of approach. Masuta clean into the first, but now a flurry of CT frags. That's a chance. And RPK's just struggled to make a bit of a meal of the final one. Some Die Young, though, running out of time, running out of chances. Does hit the shot, but doesn't have time to get the kill, does he? It's close, really close. Wow, that's quite the clutch. Triple kill. SDY saves Team Spirit's pistol. And that was nearly a full 5-man retake. The casualty of Apex not being able to contribute too much at the top of middle. But yeah, Magic's going down early, a 4v4 for most of that round.
All right, well, we'll be getting this one back underway in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. As we have a force buy coming out on the side of Team Vitality. 2 AK-47s, a Galil and a Scout. Masuda just with the Deagle in hand. On the other side of things, an AUG for iDisbounce over towards Window. Silence 10-4 for Mir. 2 MP9s. And in the first half, we saw Vitality bounce back in the immediate second with their CT side force. That was more than a few MP9s. Another slow start. This has been the name of the game here today. Back towards A. Pushed up in the apps position of Palace will be Shock. ZywOo getting ready to lob some smokes over towards middle. But the first player they have to deal with is Chopper. The MP9 in hand. He's up close. The multi-frag potential with this. Masuda is first. His head will explode.
Wants the shadow. Oh, gets more than he bargained for. Gets a bullet in his shoulder blade as well. And they will come hunting. 1 for 1. Great weapon for the job, but Disbalance loses his head to Shocks, and these trades are going back and forth. The Scout tag into the ZywOo frag. It's a 2-on-1. Of course, it's ZywOo, though, more than capable of zipping up the body bag. Mir hiding for now, retreating, if you will. He's going to wait for the double peek, and if ZywOo really goes hunting, he's going to get way more than he bargained for. Very smart play from Spirit there.
Yeah, they didn't overextend when they were waiting for the bomb to go down. Managed to clean that one up. It did get very, very messy there. Chopper overwhelmed. I was expecting him to be able to at least get one, drop back, delay, allow the call to come through. But they're able to hold on. 6 rounds now to the 11 of Vitality after their strong first half. And the force buy will come back out here, Alex. You can see more AKs being dropped. ZywOo getting another one. Shock's having one more again.
Alrighty, folks.
Strap yourself in for the force buy wars again. This is the way we kicked off the first half. Apex really loving this Scout.
He chuckled when you mentioned it, didn't he?
Yeah. I guess it's the 1700.
Because ZywOo, by the way, waiting on the little lip in the smoke. And then advancing when he thinks he's got a gap. Does manage to, but it's Mir! Oh my goodness! Lines up 3 of them. Far from concluding the round now, Disbalance has had an AWP bullet lodged within his toe. May have even been Apex's Scout. Did significant damage, though. And now they don't have to rush, but with the bomb at top middle, it makes me nervous. I'd rather it was somewhere a little easier to relocate, but Masuta's happy to maintain that mid-control. Apex was here to confirm no early CT info pushes. Of course, vulnerable to Palace had they pushed it, but I think he's relatively safe in the knowledge that Spirit aren't going for anything particularly crazy. They are in pursuit of closing this gap.
They need to find one more frag to stick with the magic number of 3. Which might lure them into yet another buy, even if they lose this round right here. You want to keep this CT side economy as low as possible. So they've split up. The bomb over towards middle will be coming through connector. And Apex clearing up towards the A ramp. Chopper is playing very, very passive. They have a decent chunk of utility to deal with a retake if they want to. You can see how much Spirit is willing to give up. Smoke will drop towards jungle. That might be the early warning signs to start getting a wriggle on for the rotation. Clearing all the corners, making sure there's no CT lying in wait. Chopper, he's not going to pick just yet. And the MP9 at range.
Wow. Yeah, you get those bursts. You control that burst of 3 or 4, and they're all hitting their head. That was a long range, full health Apex. Executed. Oh, wow. Did well to find one, but it will not convert into a round in the end. Magix was there for the trade. Just traveling as a pack when they know they have the numbers advantage, and that's 2 rounds in a row. 2 rounds in a row, it worked out.
And here's the thing, with this plant coming through, we might actually see Team Vitality go for another buy, Alex, because
Not
look
again.
at their money.
Oh, you're right.
3,800, 5,250. They can
Like Galil's, a little SMG bopping around.
Even if they wanted to go on RPK and Apex with AK head armor and go for more contacty play, Team Spirit are not in a position where they can really get a good buy going through. This is a big mop up there from Mir. Without that, probably a Team Vitality round.
Yeah.
And that's good stuff yet again. So they will hold on to the AUG.
Wow, is that a T cosplay you got there? I like the crowbar. Just make sure you put it back in your dad's toolbox after.
Yeah, he'll be asking for that.
You're wondering where that
it.
is.
Okay, well, Chopper's really having a rough time of it over towards A. He's spotted up at least 2, probably a 3rd, and they can already attack this site. He's isolated. He has no friends.
He's in a real spot of bother, and I'm so interested how little they went for nade. They've got 2 flashes, Chad, a single smoke. And it has given them full site control. This rotate, this is going to be a brawl. Are you ready for some deathmatch? Because it's about to happen as these smokes fade, as this wall and bomb goes down.
5v5 retake.
Yeah, baby. Okay, this is going to be a different type of commentary because it's about to be like a bloody horse race. Magix does manage to open us up with 2. Saiwu and Masuta perhaps not. Oh, RPK's really flubbed his lines there. Apex, Shocks, running out of options. They, just wall banged. Lovely preemptive shots, and they're going to dunk him.
Yeah,
Shocks, magnets in his hands. Bonk! And that's the end of that. Well, much more magnificent from Magix than I anticipated. A clean 5-man, still standing retake.
Okay, the bomb went down again. The lost bonus building
I'm
up.
going to say the same.
Yeah. They can buy again.
They can buy again.
They've just bought every round of the game, Alex. They've basically had to buy every round of this T-half. Vitality have really been making it work. They've had a minimum of 2 AKs in every round besides the pistol. Oh my God, I couldn't say that years ago.
Quickest summary of what happened in this round is none other than RPK missing his shots onto Mir and a great double from Magix when they stepped out for the trade.
Precisely, and then it just comes down to finding the last 2 and trading out efficiently. And as you can see, it wasn't too many dramas whatsoever for Spirit, but they're more than happy to contain them and back towards A again. Already up to Tetris.
Alrighty then. They saw how much space they were given. This time it's not for free. Chopper, quick reactions onto the Tetris. Advance.
What is Apex doing towards the B site right now?
I mean, he's trying to make it look good. He's jumped straight into Magix and no accuracy at all in the air. Magix managing to track him well enough with his AK/lightning gun.
I don't love this.
What, the Palace 3-man walkout?
But they've just been so close on all of these gun rounds through going for frags, and now it's finally been found out and they're not hitting their shots. They're not able to find any trades, and now they find themselves in a 3-on-5. At least before, they were getting site control, they were getting the bomb down. The real problem is if they don't plant here, if they don't find any kills, all that hard work they've done in the previous is gone.
No one's watching Palace. No one. Look at them. They're all above him. They're about to drop down. Chopper has no idea. There is a gap and they found it. A 3v5 and it's getting a little more realistic now, Chad.
Oh, SDY, that could be the round saver.
Oh yeah, this is getting sketchy. They have to fight. And in the smoke, he saw Disbalance tuck in. SDY still from the connector. Here's the steps. And CT's knocked down. Zaivu's got a double. Suddenly all on SDY and he's already shaken. What could he possibly do? Low HP, they group up, they swing together. 1 bullet will do. 13 HP. He's really in dire straits. A fresh magazine, run out of chances. This is Vitality's round now. Zaiwu saves the day with that magical double towards CT. Otherwise, they could have easily been overwhelmed.
That's ridiculous that they had a guy come up ramp, they died, they all fell back, they went through Palace, Apex is over towards B, doing his own thing, and then this is it. Hello. You're not looking? Well, we are. Oh, no. Okay, this is the double from Zaiwu. And then to finish things off onto SDY, the double peak from RPK and Zaiwu. Great stuff there. The 2 youngsters on the side of things doing very well. We have 19 kills for Zaiwu, 19 for Masuta. So constellation of stars is changing a little bit, at least in one of the names. Byram will come back out for Spirit. Very default approach, nothing too crazy. So I just about to be greedy for 3.
Oh, this is terrifying. And he's got no armor either. I can't believe he's gone for the jump. Puts himself on a plate. And now they're going for the play. Chopper just in sandwich. He is going to have to be very proactive. And yeah, that's just caught in the hunt. He was going to try and isolate onto Shocks. And this one is going one way. One way only. Magix does his best to try and intercept the traffic. But I'm afraid, yeah, nothing they can contribute into this one. So Vitality do string together too. It's off the back of a Masuta double.
And Mir needs to save. The money's not great. $1,900 loss bonus going into the next round for Spirit. All those gun rounds that they were having to deal with Vitality time and time again, dropping the AKs across, getting the bomb down, being threatening, having to retake. It's all caught up with them now.
because they can win these rounds that others don't.
Yeah.
Others press save.
You notice they didn't do anything?
No.
They just walked through middle,
Yeah.
isolated a fight, took some A ramp control, isolated another fight, killed the rotators coming in from CT. That was a round. Nothing tricky, nothing crazy.
But it has significantly put them in a position where like economy dictates they should be winning.
Yeah. And at this point, as Mia, okay, I was going to say loses the M4. It's probably going to be an even harder round coming forward. Shocks, is he going to spam?
No.
Let's know. So a gun will be saved, and that could be huge because Mia's on 23 kills. He's having a star level performance right here. This is
always good for
again.
one. Always, Mir. Multi-kill master.
Ooh.
See if he's got any Fool guys there. He's got ESEA. Yeah, okay.
Dota at the top as well.
Okay. SDY doesn't strike me as a Fool guys player. He's probably like, oh, I should relax. And then he plays aimbots for 4 hours.
I'm just going to go into my end of day routine.
Yeah, just going to wind down with...
Watch 3 demos.
Volume 1 deathmatch.
Volume 1 deathmatch. No music, no MP3s.
No, .mp3 out of the window. .csgo.
Footsteps well and truly on.
Yeah. That's how he likes to wind down with a little cup of coffee. Wait, Alex Richardson, that's not how...
A cup of coffee?
I mean, I was trying to be sarcastic and facetious, but I went too far.
Okay.
A cup of tea would have...
Don't do coffee before bed.
No, don't do that. But a black coffee and an empty stomach in the gym, great way to start your day. I say it, I've done it sometimes. It's not always easy to do. Would recommend to a friend, though. And anyway, that's the whole health part of our podcast complete. We can focus on the video games now, because it is just going to be an eco bash. I'm still interested if Mir can do much. He's given it a good go. He knows he has to contribute, but already Shox is leaping out of the window. And he should go down. Yeah, SDY does well.
AK's on the ground.
Okay. But B-side lost. SDY would have to be popping some heads. And they already know he's round short. Zai was staring at him. He's even got a smoke for the after plan. They haven't got it down yet. That's Masuta's responsibility. They don't have to rush it. They have the numbers. Apex is holding the flank. And that should be enough to confirm the round. You can see SDY looking a little more passive now.
Now, he should hold on to the AK, and the reason is I'll continue to talk about the loss bonus for any newer viewers, anyone who's not too familiar with Counter-Strike. The seesaw of the loss bonus is very different to how it used to be once upon a time. So because Team Spirit were winning the game, but the rounds were close, they weren't building a massive bank. And then as soon as they had lost all their cash, with the 2 rounds that Vitality had strung together in the earlier stages, it forced them down to bottom of the barrel loss bonus. So this coming into this round, they had stage 2, which is 1900. Going into next round, after the bomb detonates any moment now, they'll have $2,400 added onto their tally. Now, for the average CT-sided buy, you're looking at about, if you wanted to have a Chad level CT-sided buy, now this isn't a pro level CT-sided buy, because they love to just buy at 4.3. I would like to see my teammates having 5K. Now, why? Diffuse kits, Molotovs, smokes, HEs, flashes, all the goodies, as well as the weaponry and the Kevlar. Now, these players are able to operate on lower buys because they know how they need to apply themselves in the round. They might go for more risks. They play together, have different approaches, different stacks. But Vitality have the edge here. Shox hasn't actually bought any utility whatsoever, so I'm curious to see what his approach is. No nades, even though he could have afforded it. Yeah. It's just a full lurk here.
Maybe he is planning on just kind of laying his life on the line.
He is.
Yeah, he is. He's just going for full commitment, walking out, and he will go down. The fact that no one was home, RPK can have the element of surprise now. Does he have the balls? God, that would be ridiculous to walk out.
He's just going to walk out.
If you're Chopper, you don't expect this one. He heard the pins being pulled.
Oh,
he's found him! Sorry, I shouldn't scream. Everyone gets upset. Exciting, though. Nice catch. I thought he had him there. They're trying to dunk him in the smoke. Taste of their own medicine. Remember Apex caught SDY? This time they do it. And no one's home. Now Chopper found out.
Dink.
A bomb's coming back through Palace. And SDY should have done enough here, but Zaiwu and Apex certainly no slouch, and a smoke on both of them does enable them to really make space for them, but flanked and found. It was the 9th for Team Spirit. They needed that.
So that was just a limp out there, seeing if Shox could find an opening with Chopper not looking, and in the past, he hasn't been looking. So the call's not so bad. But it's a risk, you know. When I'm talking about Counter-Strike and I'm saying they don't play like Astralis, they don't play colors by numbers, you know, they're not just doing the pushing the CTs around the map, exploiting rotations. The way that they're doing it is in a risk versus reward way. It's like, well, we can probably get away with this, and if we do get away with it, we win the round.
Like, if there's no one watching Balcony, I'll come out, and you can come trade off me. If there is, he probably won't expect to, and I can still open up A. It's very different line of thinking, but it's fun to see it working out.
Yeah, and they've actually made it work in a lot of the rounds here, keeping it competitive. So You can't fault it, as that smoke you probably can. There is going to be a large gap on the left side here for ZywOo to creep on through and peek to make sure the CTs are not aggressive whatsoever. The bomb down towards the back of the B apps, but the initial duel, at least at the moment, looks like it will be ZywOo versus Chopper. As I say that, the caster's curse is real. He dips on back, makes a couple of footsteps. Chopper, in the meanwhile, clears out the ramp position. That flash will give away information to Vitality that they are aggressive towards that side of things. And now as they exchange utility on the catwalk position, Apex has exchanged territory. By taking vent room, he can control this window as the smoke starts to clear or even go for a bit of a flank. And it will be the B finish. It will be the B split.
Okay, look at Mir's position. I've got a good idea that he's going to get at least a couple there, but he's fallen off straight into Masuta's arms, and now Magix needs a multi. Masuta found out SDY into the site. ZywOo's quick to the scope. Rotate on its way. Chopper, Disbalance were the A defenders, and they will potentially be heard by RPKs. The one closest pressing his ear to the kitchen wall, walking now. No gap to be exploited, but he can certainly put bullets down range if he gets the sense. Disbalance from short on that AWP. He could perhaps try and knock shocks off his perch. ZywOo as well. Ooh, a missed shot. Doesn't want to give him a way back in. And then, yeah, that was the right choice by ZywOo. Had he taken another duel, suddenly perhaps the walls come tumbling down. But now, yeah, Chopper's just going to have to get the hell out of there. He'll try and contain them as best he can. They'll go for the safe exit apps.
It's such a nightmare, the money situation for Spirit.
Is this a product of the way Vitality have been making them play, or is it all their own decisions?
It's definitely the closeness of the rounds within the early stages, forcing the money into this kind of a position. But when you look at the fact that you had Vitality come win 3 rounds in a row, round 20, round 21 were gun rounds, round 22 they were down to a save, and then they bounced back and won round 23, which means they dropped their loss bonus back down another peg,
yeah,
right? So it went to 19.
Screwed themselves.
Yeah. And now, going into the final round here, they do have enough to get the rifles out. Having saved weapons really does help in that regard, and that's why you can see, oh, but no, if they lose 15, that's only one more round for the game. They have to save. They don't have an option. You can't go into the last round with nothing. Well, you can. I wouldn't advise it. And that's the save right there from Disbalance paying dividends immediately.
Oh, I can't. It's rare you see an AWP stick around. He could put another one down. He's seeing elbows. Re-peeks off the flash. Great gaming. Another third added to Disbalance's tally. He's taken this round and converted it almost entirely on his own. Look at Apex. Shocks. Full util health and everything else. Just their team has been ripped out of top middle thanks to Disbalance and his AWP.
He's even potentially going to go hunting for some more here. Repositioned over towards window. Low HP. Means he might think better of going for a peek. But all Vitality need to do is find a couple of kills. They don't need to win this round. Just keep it costly, keep it expensive. That's been the name of the game the whole way through, and Apex has done exactly that. So there's one. The first domino falls. 2 more, and they get Chad Birchall big green tick and a gold star.
I want both of those. Unfortunately, Apex is going to be met by Disbalance in pursuit of his ace, and there's a world in which Shocks is caught on the cross. Looks like Disbalance has other intentions, though, and will fade away. Mir, close line. Damage, great shots from Shocks. Looking for the green tick, needs one more, but Magic's in prime position. Evades the smoke shots for now. He knows his objective. Chad has perfectly explained how Shocks' brain will be operating here, and he's not looking for anything more than a plant or a kill, but he's operating under the assumption that it's clear, so not gonna happen. Chopper, good patience from him. But it's Disbalance that pulls Team Spirit into the double-digit realms, and that's going to enable them to once again start making some repurchases. We'll need a drop from Magix and Chopper, respectively.
He got 4 in the round here, Disbalance, so good stuff from him. The save door really just paid on off, and coming into this, he only had 10 kills. Walks away with 14 in total, and around to hold Spirit in contention. Ooh, that's a cool. That's
good
cool.
For the AWP.
That looks sexy. All right.
Oh, imagine that for the simple falling down cash clip. Ooh, you know, like it's on the barrel as he goes down, then a little glimmer in his eye, then the dubstep drops.
You should direct a frag.
I should do frag movies. Yeah, I mean, I used to do video editing.
Or vediting, as Rush would call it.
Vediting.
Yeah.
They wanted me to do it for funny as well. Up.
Are they froking?
Not yet. You know, simply walking around with the hero AK. Magix has got a very nice little angle on that bench, but the flashes are good, and you can see how much space that's given RPK. He pulls them away so the rest can make space. But yeah, this one's not going anywhere.
Yeah, quick mop up, nothing too difficult for Spirit to deal with. And now that we're at the business end of the game, 15-11, we can start to not get worried for Vitality, just one needed out of the next 4 attempts, but we can start looking at the Spirit side of things and thinking, they can do this. They can bring this back. Mir, 25 kills to his name. Magic's continuing that good form we saw from the other day. 20 frags for him, 17 for some Die Young. Balance coming alive with the AWP just in the previous, 15. And then Chopper over towards A, having some troubles, but 11 to his name. So adjustments have come in over towards that side of the map. You can see how easy it was before for Vitality to get out to Tetris. Maybe they'll try another round along those lines. Don't need to go with the necessary execute based off the style of play that they've been bringing into the server here today. RPK goes, is that like a Mei?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like, it's, you know,
learning.
Team Spirit are working out all of their defense, and then it's just RPK goes brr, and he kills all of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's cool.
It's like, you know, the Vitality style of play probably subscribes quite nicely to the meme. Vitality do go brr sometimes, and you just have to deal with it. Smoke towards the top of middle, your rather default start of play. Nice to see Balance getting that info either way.
All right, Vitality just across the map here. 2 through underpass, 1 top middle of Apex. RPK in Palace, and then towards A ramp will be Shock. So this is looking like it wants to be set up for an A split. From this position, Apex will need to help the 2 underpass players to garner control here of middle. He's just holding passively right now with the Galil until they step on up. Smoke is cleared. That's the cue to push forward, knowing that the CT will have to drop back. And SDY, almost too little too late, gets away with his life. Balance has to fall away because his teammate has lost the crossfire potential. And here we go. This flash is going to come over the top for Connected. They're going to get ready to pounce onto A.
He's trying to get it set properly. Now flying over, they'll push off it and deny a lot of space. Gosh, Chopper caught completely in the open, and now Mir's gone down too. This could be it. To change things is SDY, found now by Masutu. Continues to have a fantastic game here at ESL Pro League. He's statistically the highest fragger for Vitality in their game so far. That's, of course, NIP's game, and this first map. Is it over? Looks like it might be. Balance all the way at short still. Bomb ticking away. About 30 seconds left on that one. I don't think Magix is even going to see that clock tick. Daiwo does go down to Magix, and quick adjustment from Shocks. So 16. Do better than last time. Mirage is theirs. Vitality 1-0 up in the series so far.